do you stay out of balance and what are you striving for?
Oh, that's a great question, man. I like this. Why do I stay out of balance? Because I think everyone needs to be great at something. And for some reason, the cosmic stars shifted and I got a little bit better at something earlier. I had an aptitude for something early. Like I have a half decent memory and I can learn things quickly. And then I compounded that and leverage opportunity to find out. And now I'm in a position where it's like, wow, I never thought I'd be here. Let's see how far I can go. And it's like, I feel as if I've gotten better and I still feel like I get better every day. And maybe it's a sunken cost fallacy, but I think I'm in a unique position maybe to have found the thing that I like, that I'm also good at, that also makes me money. And I think like there's something to that. There's a Japanese philosophy around the intersection of those things. And I
Ikigai,
like,
I think it's called.
I
Yeah.
think that's the one. Yeah. Well done.
Ikigai.
And I think those three things are useful. So yeah, I think part of it is like, for me, if you want to go super philosophical, I think the meaning of life is to be of service, right?
Mm.
Like, I was having this discussion with a friend of mine about a month ago. There's a really common parable that goes around. It's called the Mexican fisherman story.
Yep.
And it's yeah, I can't fucking stand it. Why? Because here's what's going to happen. Here's how the Mexican fisherman story goes. You would clip this at the 1 hour and 10-minute mark. And then I would start talking and you would clip it and you would put some like music in the background and you'd put captions right here. And then you're like, oh, there's a fisherman that brings out a wealthy American businessman. And the American businessman is like, well, if you hired a man and then that man could also fish with you and then you could sell the fish at the market. And then if you would buy another boat, you could hire a staff and then you could hire a staff. And it basically, the fucking story. And it's like, it gets to the end of the road and it's like, then you could retire, fish a little bit for half the day and then spend the rest of the day with your family. And everyone's like, wow, man, I see how that American capitalist just talked his way in circles. I'm like, you see how that American capitalist put the food on the table for thousands of people? Right, gave people opportunities to improve their life, gave them work and maybe purpose as well. No one ever fucking talks about that, and it drives me nuts. All I hear is the goddamn Nora Jones music in the background, and someone snitching on the guy who's out there trying to make the world a better place. And it's like, you want to fish? Fine, get the fuck off the internet. Right? Stop trying to like influence people to just be like, this sort of like karmic, I fish for half the day and you take care of your family. If you can take care of more people, you have a fucking obligation. That's your price for rent on this planet. Get your ass up and get your ass to work, because there's people who can't. Right? There's people who, given whatever circumstance, their greatest potential is working in a fish factory. And you know what? Fucking right. Good for them. And it's a fucking grind and it's hard. But if you have the opportunity to like, hey, I could hire the kid from the fucking local town to come out with me, then I think it's so short-sighted. And it's such a sign of the lazy fucking times that we're in, where people look at that and they listen to the bullshit, they read the quote and they share it a billion fucking times and they shit on the capitalist who actually takes the risk, who actually does the work, who actually helps people, puts the food on his family's table and 1,000 others. And it goes, no, I'm just going to go fish. It's like, God, you son of a bitch. If you fucking can, you fucking should. And it drives me nuts, man. And it's just like, why? Why? Because you're fucking lazy. That's why. So to answer your original question, why do I stay unbalanced? Because I can. Because I can. Because I don't have to. The peak of my ability is greater than that of welcoming people at Walmart. Not that there's any, and I mean this wholeheartedly, not that there's anything wrong with that. Right? There are people who are in situations where that is the purpose for them to get up. And you know what? I fucking dab that guy up every single time because I know that he's trying to be great. Right? It's the fucking person who doesn't try. It's like, that's the problem. Right? And so it's, dude, it's so frustrating. Like, it's every day of my life with this shit.